What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you everything chain blades. The top 5 sword tips did so exceptionally well that I figure I may as well turn them all into weapon guides. So you're going to be getting a lot more weapon-based tutorials in the near future. But before we get started, I want to thank Phoenix Labs for sponsoring this video. If this is your first encounter with Dauntless, you can learn more and play for free at playdauntless.com. With that out of the way, let's learn some chain blades, yeah? The chain blades are a high mobility, fast attacking weapon that deals consistent punishment throughout the course of an encounter. While the chain blade's individual hits don't deal a lot of damage, they make up for it in sheer volume of hits, allowing you to take advantage of on-hit effects and inflicting elemental status much faster than most of the weapons. The chain blades also feature a unique dodge mechanic that is different than your typical dodge roll, which is a fast-moving dash that can be a great way to dodge incoming damage or get out of a situation entirely. Utilizing the chain in your weapon, you're able to extend your reach and damage behemoths at a distance in hostile situations. What's more, you can use your chain to interrupt unstable behemoth attacks when utilizing a cell perk called Weighted Strikes. Performing with the full kit of the chain blades, players will be rewarded with a very stylish and highly versatile weapon that is fast-paced and fit to take on any behemoth encounter. That's what the chain blades do, but how do we get the most out of our weapon? Let's jump right into the combos. The light attack combo, which is also your bread and butter, is called Bladed Edge. The DPS on this combo is moderate and consistent, but the big perk about this combo is that it doesn't consume stamina and is very safe, allowing you to dash out of the combo except for that last spin in the attack. It is also the catalyst for one of the best mods for the chain blades, but we'll go over that later. Your next melee combo is Swinging Blades. This combo costs stamina and has very low damage in comparison to the other chain blade combos. However, it can be augmented to be the highest damage combo when using the chain blade mod, Serrated Blades. The last melee combo is Blade Spin. Without serrated blades, Blade Spin is your highest DPS combo at the cost of a large amount of stamina to channel the spin. The combo is very unsafe while channeling, so make sure you're using it in non-threatened situations. Your heavy attack combo are your ranged combos. While there is only one to perform, there are 2 variants to this combo. One can be done from the neutral position. This form has more vertical reach and greater accuracy, but is slower than the other variant, which is performed by starting the combo with a forward input and then pressing the heavy attack button. This variant is faster and has the ability to hit the side of a behemoth that may not be reachable by its vertical counterpart. The chain combos are also the attacks that can interrupt an unstable behemoth, but keep in mind you'll need to have Weighted Strikes +6 to perform this. Lastly, there's an attack not mentioned in the move list, which is the Dashing Heavy Attack. This extends the chain out in front of you a very long distance and is a great interrupting tool. I personally use this as my go-to interrupt attack over the standing heavy attacks. Now that we know all the combos and when to use them, let's learn a bit more about the mods of the chain blades and see how they benefit us. Your first mod at Mastery level 6 is called Lightweight Chain. Lightweight Chain allows you to dash around more aggressively by reducing stamina consumption when dashing towards the behemoth by 50%. While this mod isn't an increase of DPS, it is very useful for starting off with the chain blades, as you won't have useful amounts of stamina regeneration through cells and armor right out the gate. I would highly suggest switching this mod as soon as possible though, so you can reap the benefits of extra damage. The second mod you'll receive is at Mastery level 10, called Hurricane Blades. Hurricane Blades causes your blade spin to accumulate stacks of bonus damage when using other chain blade combos. This mod has very good damage, but is reliant that you use your blade spin frequently enough to keep your stacks up. Running stamina perks with this mod is highly recommended so you don't cripple your dodging abilities when using this mod. Hurricane Blades is the more skill-reliant mod of the 2 endgame mods. The last mod at level 16 is called Serrated Blades. Serrated Blades causes your bladed attacks to have a chance to generate a charge of serrated blades, which is indicated by an audio cue as well as a visual cue. Once a charge is received, all the hits of your next Swinging Blades combo will critically strike, which if done correctly can be devastating damage. Keep in mind that only one charge of serrated blades is achievable at a time, so this mod requires more micromanagement. This mod is the more luck-based mod of the two endgame mods. But as far as mods go, test both serrated blades and hurricane blades to see which you like more. Both of them are viable late game options. Finally, we have the last piece to our chain blade customization, the specials. But first, some general knowledge. Both chain blade specials are very good in their own way. Both of them have invulnerability frames to help you take the strain off your stamina bar. However, it does cost pips, or charges, which is found at the top left under your health bar. Dealing damage to behemoths will generate meter to fill your pips. So the true skill lies in being able to find a balance of using your stamina and special meter to attack and defend. Your first special that the chain blades start with is called Reaper's Dance. Using Reaper's Dance at a distance causes your character to reach out with the chains of your weapon and pull yourself to behemoths. Great for maintaining uptime and pursuing behemoths once in range. When in melee range of the behemoths, you can use the alternate to Reaper's Dance, which is kind of like a ninja smoke bomb that sends you into the air, which deals elemental damage based on your weapon's element. The flip does have an iframe, but it isn't for the entire flip. Similar to the dodge roll of other weapons, the iframes are front loaded, so they feel really nice as a get out of jail free card when you've overstayed your welcome, which happens very frequently on the chain blades. Your second or alternate special is Cruel Rift Strike, which is unlocked at Mastery Rank 8. Cruel Rift Strike teleports the Slayer a short distance and will cause heavy damage if an enemy is nearby. If you overshoot or teleport to the other side of a behemoth, the attack corrects the camera and the attack to attempt to make contact with the sexy animation. The portaling portion of the special can be used as an iframe, which is really nice for side swapping or dodging incoming attacks. The special feels a little wonky to use at times, but damage is definitely higher than its counterpart. However, Reaper's Dance is more speedy and longer range. Both are very nice options, so I recommend playing both. That's it for the specials. We're going to go over the dodge next so we know just how to avoid behemoth attacks effectively and to avoid frustration. Big note here, this is probably the hardest thing to learn on the chain blades. Learning how to dodge all of the attacks take time, more so than the dodge roll. This is the big turnoff of the chain blades for some players, but I assure you, with enough practice, you're going to be feeling untouchable. The iframes of the dash are tail-ended, meaning that split-second dodging will not be in your favor. This requires a little bit of foresight, but isn't too punishing once you get used to them. Try to think of where your character is going to meet the attack when you're dashing, and remember that you're going to be invulnerable upon arrival. Remember that another form of evasion and damage are the exceptionally stylish specials that the chain blades have access to. If it is too late to dash, opt to use a charge of your special to avoid getting hit. An advanced tip for dodging is that you don't need to travel the distance of the dash to get the iframe. Using a behemoth as a stopper allows you to stay stationary while still receiving your iframes. This is again a more advanced tool, but very effective for maintaining uptime. Speaking of dodging and travel, let's go over another advanced tip. When connecting any range attack with the chain blades, upon contact, you can press your special button to taxi yourself to a behemoth. This does expend pips, but allows for an extra layer in mobility in your highly mobile arsenal. I find this tool especially useful after an interrupt that sends a behemoth far away. This allows me to close the distance quickly by dashing, sending out my dash attack, and taxiing myself to the behemoth. As the last part of my guide, let's go over some effective builds. One for the early game and one for the late game. When starting with the chain blades, it's very simple. Craft a full set of Nasher chains with a secondary of the Embermane chains. If you go up against a fire behemoth, swap to the Nasher chains. For all the other behemoths, you can use the Embermane chains to farm easy part breaks due to the Ember Blade's unique effect. The added tankiness of the Nasher set allows for a cushion for new Dauntless players to make mistakes that they're inevitably going to make while they're still learning, while still being rewarded with a bunch of extra damage and part breaks when playing well. Keep in mind it's useful to craft up all the weapons for the sake of Chainblade mastery levels. If you're looking for an alternative element, I recommend the Boreas, Drask, and Karabak chains, to name a few, for their respective elements. After feeling well farmed, you're able to craft some of the more metagame sets that will boost your chain blades to 11. The Hellion Chainblades are easily the strongest in the game due to the high volume of hits the Chainblade has to proc the unique effect of the Hellion Chains. This build is also very versatile in that it can sacrifice a bit of damage in Predator to pick up weighted strikes if the player feels it's necessary. If you're wary to sacrifice the damage, you can easily bring concussive grenades to do the interrupting for you. And that's going to wrap up this Chainblade guide. Hopefully it gave you all the information you needed or wanted to know to take your Chainblades to the next level, and was entertaining for you. The Chainblades are a very fast, versatile, and fun weapon that I recommend all players try out at least once. However, if you're interested in other weapons to try out and want a veteran's opinion, I highly suggest checking out my boys Zany Phantom and Odo. Zany is dropping a video on the axe, and Do is covering the repeaters, both of which are their best and favorite weapons. Again, I'd like to thank Phoenix Labs for sponsoring this guide. You can learn more about Dauntless over at playdauntless.com. There will be a link in the description. And if you like this video or it helped you, a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more Dauntless content like this, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. If you want to hunt sometime, you can hit me with a follow on Twitch to know when I go live. Or if you want to support the channel, you can use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store or on the Epic Games Store. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.